But if you can't do it amongst the greatest players in the world when it comes to women's basketball, maybe, I don't know, maybe your skills just aren't there, fam. I'm just saying, I don't know why it's not translating. All right, why it's not coming over here to the W. But I am looking for another splash, one more splash. I don't know what this necessarily means for that splash. Maybe that's just wishful thinking at this point, but we'll see. We'll see how much Dantas is signed for, how much these players are going for, because they didn't necessarily drop numbers on these contracts. So I think it might still be some space for a splash.
The Indiana Fever just made one of the toughest decisions any professional team can face. Not a blockbuster trade that shakes the league or a flashy free agent signing that dominates headlines, but the kind of move that truly tests the loyalty and emotions of its fan base. They let a warrior walk away. This was a player who started every single game last season during some of the team's hardest moments, who gave everything to the franchise, diving on the hardwood in the playoffs and leaving it all on the court in a heartbreaking loss to the Las Vegas Aces. Now it's official, and it stings. Natasha Howard will not be returning to Indiana. In her place, the front office has chosen to re-sign Dawana Bonner. For many fans, this decision sparks frustration and disbelief. How do you let a player like Howard go after everything she's given? For others, it feels like an inevitable move, one that makes sense when you look closely at roster construction and salary realities. The truth is, both reactions are valid. This isn't a simple decision you can judge at face value. It's layered, emotional, and deeply strategic. And that's exactly what makes it one of the most controversial and fascinating moves of the Indiana Fever's entire offseason.
Dang, are you kidding me? She's going to the Lynx? Yo, that's wild, man. Howard is returning to Minnesota, where she won a title in 2017. After starting all 44 games for the Indiana Fever last season, she averaged 11.4 points, 55% from shooting. Man, that's crazy. That's crazy, man. So she came back for that 1 year to see if she can get it done. She won her MVP. She won her MVP, dog. Oh, man, that's crazy. Hey, Natasha Howard gone?
Let's start by giving Natasha Howard the respect she absolutely deserves, because what she did for the Indiana Fever last season should never be forgotten by any true fan. When she arrived before the 2025 season, she was handed an almost impossible mission: to stabilize a chaotic front court and serve as the veteran leader for a young, heavily scrutinized core. And she delivered in ways that didn't always show up in the box score. Howard started all 44 regular season games, a remarkable feat in the modern WNBA given the intense travel, back-to-backs, and physical toll of the league. She averaged 11.4 points on an efficient 55% shooting, along with 6.6 rebounds, 1.5 assists, and 1.2 steals in just 24 minutes per game, numbers that clearly reflect a high-impact starter, not a player nearing the end of her career. She wasn't just holding a spot until someone younger came along. She was a key contributor who made the Fever better every single night. And when the stakes were highest in the postseason, Howard elevated her game even further. In that unforgettable Game 5 against the Las Vegas Aces, with the season on the line and both Kelsey Mitchell sidelined with injury and Caitlin Clark unable to play, the odds were completely stacked against Indiana. But Howard refused to back down. She carried the team with pure grit, putting up 16 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, and a steal in 33 exhausting minutes. She battled relentlessly against Aya Wilson, fighting for every rebound, setting hard screens, taking charges, and doing everything possible to keep the Fever alive. After the game, her words said it all. She expressed gratitude, pride, and the mindset of a true competitor who had given everything she had. And now, after pouring her heart, sweat, and sacrifice into the franchise, the Fever have chosen to move in a different direction. It's a brutal reality. Natasha Howard deserves nothing less than a standing ovation and deep appreciation from every Fever fan, because she wasn't just a player, she was a foundational force behind the culture this team is building.
Team she started with, I believe. And then you take a look at the Chicago Sky's backcourt. I mean, they have Sloot back. Sloot ended up signing her contract. Diggins is there. Those are the two main guards that I'm looking at. Of course, you have Rachel, JC Sheldon, but those are the two main ones that I'm looking at. And then when you look at the front court, Stevens, Maddie, Rakia, Michaela. So their front court is pretty solid as well. I think Maddie is going to step up. That girl is a three-level scorer. She can facilitate with that high-low pass. She understands the game as well. So
But let's be real for a second. Professional basketball isn't a charity. The Indiana Fever front office isn't building a team based on emotion, nostalgia, or loyalty to the past. They're operating in a ruthless, results-driven environment where the only goal is hanging a championship banner. Building a true contender, maybe even a dynasty, means making painful decisions that can upset fans and even impact the locker room. Why did general manager Amber Cox look at a player who gave everything to the franchise and still decide to let her walk? It all comes down to three cold, unforgiving words: salary cap math. Under the new collective bargaining agreement, the Fever salary cap sits at $7 million. That might sound like a lot, but in reality, it disappears almost instantly when you look at how the roster is constructed. The team has already committed major money to its core: Caitlin Clark, whose presence demands elite talent around her; Kelsey Mitchell, coming off a massive $1.4 million Supermax deal; and Aaliyah Boston, a cornerstone player who is max-level talent. Add in contracts for Lexi Hull, Sophie Cunningham, Tyasha Harris, and the recent signing of Monique Billings, and suddenly there's almost no flexibility left. At that point, it becomes a strict numbers game. Natasha Howard, at 34 years old and with 12 years of experience, would command around $300,000 at minimum under league rules. In a hard salary cap system, paying that kind of money for a role that would likely shrink this season becomes incredibly risky. You simply can't afford to pay backup minutes with starter-level money. It limits your ability to build depth, make in-season moves, and stay flexible when opportunities arise. In the end, Amber Cox had to take emotion out of the equation, look at the financial reality, and make the tough but responsible decision for the long-term future of the Indiana Fever.
And we thought they were doing damage last year. They are about to do some damage. My goodness. I like how they look, man. I like how they look. But going back to the Fever, we have Dantas. I'm waiting to see what else they pull out of their sleeves, man. What is under your sleeves? Give it to me. Give me what else y'all have, man. I am anxious at the edge of my seat waiting. I'm like, give me what you got. I guess the biggest thing to pull out of what's going on right now is that we don't really...
Right now, the situation becomes much clearer when you shift the focus to DeWanna Bonner. At 32 years old, she's already fully integrated into the Indiana Fever system after spending 2 full seasons with the team. She understands the coaching staff, knows the details of Stephanie White's system, and has built chemistry with the roster. From a business standpoint, she can be retained for significantly less money while still filling a very specific and important role. Even though she missed the entire playoff run last year due to a serious concussion, when healthy, she proved to be a reliable and disciplined backup. She's not a flashy scorer or a high-usage player, but she brings exactly what the team needs: defense, stability, and efficiency in short, high-impact minutes. With her size and experience, she can protect the paint, knock down mid-range shots, and keep the offense steady while Aaliyah Boston gets much-needed rest. Beyond that, she brings leadership, resilience, and a selfless, ego-free presence that is incredibly valuable for a young team under pressure. But the real story goes deeper than just money or replacing one player with another. The biggest underlying basketball reason for moving on from Natasha Howard comes down to one name: Monique Billings. When the Fever aggressively signed Billings, they essentially made a strategic decision about the future of their frontcourt. From a modern basketball perspective, this move makes a lot of sense. Howard, despite her talent, is more of a traditional post player who operates primarily inside the paint and offers very limited three-point shooting. In today's game, where spacing is everything, that becomes a serious limitation. When Howard and Aaliyah Boston shared the floor, the paint often became overcrowded, allowing defenses to collapse, clog driving lanes, and limit Caitlin Clark's ability to create an open space. That made the offense more predictable and forced tougher shots. Monique Billings, on the other hand, completely changes the geometry of the floor. She brings size, athleticism, and versatility, but also the ability to step out, hit mid-range shots, and keep defenses honest. That spacing is critical. It opens driving lanes for Caitlin Clark and creates more one-on-one opportunities for Aaliyah Boston inside. On top of that, Billings already has chemistry with Clark from their time playing together on Team USA, which is a huge advantage in a league with a very short offseason. Instead of needing weeks to build rhythm, they can hit the ground running immediately. In a system built around speed, spacing, and playmaking, that kind of instant connection is invaluable. Still, this is not a risk-free move. Letting go of a proven veteran like Natasha Howard is a bold and calculated gamble by the front office, one that could define the direction of the Indiana Fever moving forward.